jump in. Hi, my name is Beverly. I'm an herbalist, and this is Make the Herbal Connection, which is based and inspired by my Nana, Dr. Beverly Nicholson's TV show. It's going to be very similar, very different. The world is my oyster. You get what I'm saying. But we're going to talk about all things health, all things wealth, all things just your body, taking care of it. I'm here to educate and to inform. That's all I want to do. Educate and inform my people. Educate and inform my people. So let's get started. Let me stop touching this hair. The hair is kind of bothering me, but do I want it back, behind, or I think I want it in front. In front? Alrighty, team, let's lock in. So today we're talking about GLP-1s. So the reason why we're talking about GLP-1s today is because I was on TikTok. TikTok shop is really just tearing us down. TikTok has turned into QVC, and all I see on TikTok shop are people selling the GLP-1. It's like a GLP-1 supplement. I honestly want to name drop the brand because it's real treacherous. It's called ZenWise. They call it Zen GLP-1. Maybe I shouldn't name drop, but anyway, so we're having this conversation today about the GLPs because there's so much misinformation about GLP-1, what GLP-1 is, what it does, where it comes from. And also I want for people to be informed about the fact that these GLP-1 or these products that are advertised as GLP-1 supplements, that is not real. That is not legal. They cannot legally sell you something that is claiming to be a GLP-1 booster that's in a supplement. I'm 99% sure that's illegal. And also I do want to say that anybody that's kind of putting GLP-1 as their tagline, they're doing it because it's a marketing ploy. They're doing it because they know that you're insecure about being big, being bigger. They know that. And that's how they're stealing your money. I watched a TikTok live. They sold 40 of them while I was in there. 40 15-day colon cleanse, colon and gut support capsules. Talking about it as a GLP-1 supplement. Just all kind of just clickbait words. Just a whole bunch of words to try to grab your attention to get you in. They're stop letting these people profit off of your insecurities. That's my thing. Stop letting these people profit off of your insecurities and take accountability for your health and actually do something about your bloating, about your leaky gut, which leads to a bunch of these autoimmune diseases, right? But y'all want to go and take these 15-day gimmicky capsules, 15-day cleanses that come in 2 capsules, thinking that it's going to do something for you, and I partially can't blame the consumer or the people because you don't know any better. My Nana used to always say, sorry, I'm moving my incense over here. My Nana used to always say, when you learn better, you do better. I'll talk about what is a GLP-1, right? So a GLP-1, it stands for glucose. That's what you know, the sugar. The glucagon-like peptide 1. Again, I'm very much to be mispronouncing that. It's that glucose, right? It's a natural hormone that your body produces in the gut. Your body produces GLP-1 whenever you eat, especially foods rich in nutrients. It plays a key role in it signals fullness to the brain, right? This is what GLP-1 does. It signals fullness to the brain, slows gastric emptying, which you feel full longer. It triggers insulin release to help control blood sugar, and it suppresses your appetite. Again, GLP-1s are mainly advertised. A GLP-1, right, is going to be like Ozempic, Wegovy, Zeptide, and they do sell GLP-1 shots at beauty spas, med spas and stuff. You get what I'm saying? And me as an herbalist, I would rather you go get the Ozempic at this point than taking these supplements that they're trying to sell you, because it's ridiculous. They're no good for you. But anyways, let's get back to the point. So what is GLP-1? It's a natural hormone that your body produces in your gut whenever you eat nutrient-rich foods, right? So if you're eating whole foods, leafy greens, vegetables, protein, you get what I'm saying? Like a very balanced diet. That's what's going to produce GLP-1s, right? It helps regulate the hunger, blood sugar, and metabolism. Your body makes it. Sometimes your body doesn't make enough of it because of what we're eating, what we're drinking. A lot of y'all are drinking. I personally didn't get deep into understanding what I put into my body again. I mean, because when I was younger, I was raised like this, but my Nana passed away in 2006. I was 6 years old. I didn't get back into really like caring about what I put into my body until I'd probably say I had a little bit of a health scare whenever I was 11 or 12. I was having my organs were shutting down because I was not getting any of the nutritional support that my body had been used to. So let's see, 6 years after my Nana died, my body was falling apart. Doctor was like, yeah, babes, you are literally like malnourished. You are lacking all of the nutritional support that you need in your body, right? So I started caring a little bit more then. I started taking some more herbs. I mean, I was 12 years old. And then I would say most recently I was 18. No. Most recently, when I started caring about what I put back in my body, I was probably about 22, 23, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. I started counting my calories. I started going on walks, just trying to be aware of like what's actually like in our food and what we're eating. And a lot of us are drinking our calories. A Coca-Cola has 200 calories in it. A Sprite, a Mountain Dew, these pops have hundreds of calories in it. And there are people that are drinking a 2 liter a day. There are people that are drinking 6 to 7 cans a day of pop. And it's crazy. You know, that's 1,000 calories in just soda. Let's not talk about all the sugar, all of the natural flavors that are in it. And that's just soda. That's just what we're drinking. That's just pop. We think about the food that we eat. The average baddie, you're eating Wingstop at least twice a week. I take that back. How many baddies have had a seafood boil this week? You have one every week. You don't need that. Why do you think your GLP-1 is not producing correctly? Because your stomach is only used to seafood boils, crawfish, a goddamn boil bag every Friday when your check hits. No, your body cannot sustain that. And that's all I'm trying to teach y'all, is that what you eat matters, what you put in your body matters on multiple different scales. And we can't constantly be out here looking for a quick fix. A quick fix is not going to do anything. It's not going to, we need let me find it. I just wish that y'all would stop falling for these fad programs, these quick fixes for your gut health, for your leaky gut, for your issues, for your disease that you're in. It didn't take you 15 days to get sick. It's not going to take 15 days to make you really feel better. And the colon cleanse, it takes 30 days. I mean, if you've never done a colon cleanse before, I say you need to do it for at least 90 days. But I mean, you'll feel better after 30. But even then, how long have you been sick? How long have you been suffering from lupus? How long have you been suffering from depression, anxiety? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, this isn't something that just came up 6 months ago. You've been suffering from these things all your life, and you expect for something short term to fix it. And it's just not. It's just not. And I want for us to be informed, and for us to just think a little bit harder and to think a little bit more whenever we have products put in front of us. With TikTok Shop becoming literally QVC, and with all of these, everyone's trying to sell you something. You get what I'm saying? And if someone's selling you something, it's easy for them to sell you some bullshit and get their money and disappear while you're still sickly. It's easy for somebody to do that to you. You're going and getting this you're going and getting this simple 15-day cleanse thinking that it's going to make you feel better, but it's not. It's going to make you de-bloat, and it's going to make you go to the bathroom for 2 weeks. That's it. It's not truly a colon cleanse. It's not resetting your gut microbiome. It's not doing any of that at all. And I want for my people to learn better. I want for you guys to be informed. My nannies always say, when you learn better, you do better. And we just need to be more informed whenever we are looking at things to buy, whenever people are telling us things. It is not hard for you to do your own research. It's not hard for you to just be a critical thinker and think, wow, 15 days to get my colon cleansed, 15 days to rebalance my gut microbial or whatever. Wow, that sounds great. It does, but like, everything that glitters isn't gold. Yes, it sounds great, but it takes more than 15 days to get something fixed. It takes more than that. All right. I did kind of go off on a tangent, but we'll go back in. So again, this is all about GLP-1. So why did GLP-1s become popular? Medications like Wegovy, Ozempic, they got popular because they help people lose weight. That's all people are trying to do, is lose weight. But they don't realize that they're holding on to this weight and all of this waste inside of them because their colon is clogged. They're not active. They're not colon clogged, not active. All you do is bed rot. All you do is scroll on your phone. How do you expect to lose weight if you're not actively moving your body? I think also that I personally do have just like a little bit of an issue with the GLP-1s as someone who did take the Wegovy. Yeah, I did. I took Wegovy. Was it Wegovy? Yeah, I did Wegovy back in 2022. Took the shot. Was on it for maybe about 3 months. It's an appetite suppressor, 1,000%. Did I lose weight? I think a little bit, but I also was having stomach problems like a mother. I'm talking what they call it, gastritis, where like my stomach was contracting. I was throwing up stomach acid like it would be like 2 days before it was time for me to do a re-injection, right? I would always be super sick, constantly throwing up, and it was just not good for me. And also from that, I have a like permanent like eye floater. It's like a permanent black spot in my eye that will just come up, and especially comes up whenever I'm stressed. These are the impacts of these GLP-1s and stuff like that. They have serious impacts on our body, and like I've done it before, so I can sit here and I can tell you, and it helps people lose weight. It helps people regulate their diabetes and their high blood sugar and all of that. It does that. My issue and my problem is when these companies come on here and try to sell you something and it's not the truth, or when these companies come on here and try to they use these marketing tactics on y'all and y'all fall for it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about the company using it, because they're gonna do whatever they want. But like as a human, as a consumer, as a person, like I want for you to be informed. You deserve to be informed. These people are stealing your $40. You're spending $40. Don't even get me started. Like I don't want to go off on a rampage. So we know what a GLP-1 is, why it became popular, to suppress, people eating. And I explained to you why it's harmful. And now I'm going to explain why it's harmful for these supplement brands to market these things as GLP-1 and GLP-1 activators. GLP-1 is a hormone. It is not a supplement. Only pharmaceutical drug companies can legally make claims about GLP-1 activation, mimicking, or boosting. Supplements cannot truthfully, you hear me? Listen, supplements cannot truthfully or legally claim to be a GLP-1 product without scientific proof. Y'all always screaming, science, 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 whenever someone comes to you about some herbs, but you're quick to pick up that GLP-1 supplement. But you're questioning the herb that came from the earth that God made. Okay, right? First, it's a hormone. It's a hormone, not a supplement. Number two, it's literally a violation of the FTC and FDA, the Federal Trade Commission, and the Food and Drug Administration. They're cracking down on misuse of medical terms. I would be wrong if I sat here and I put together some berberine, if I put together some berberine, some fenugreek, some cinnamon, put you a little blend together and said, this is a GLP-1 activator and it's gonna do this, that, and the third. I legally cannot do that. I can't do that. These herbs, right? Those things might naturally help uplift or help in an uptick or help reproduce GLP-1 in your body. But I can't sell you something like that. That would be wrong of me to do that. That would be misleading. That would be false information. And these companies are making millions of dollars on TikTok Shop, on the internet, by selling you false information. And that's the problem. The false information. We're being lied to, people. You're under spells, people. You're under spells. That's all I'm saying, is that we're under spells. Wake up. Nothing is going to get you cleansed out in 15 days. It misinforms the public about how health actually works. That's another reason why it's harmful. You're misinformed. It's not telling you the truth. You didn't even know a GLP-1 you didn't even know a GLP-1 was a hormone until I just told you. You thought it was you thought it was something else. You didn't even know your body naturally produced GLP-1. You had no clue. And I don't expect you to, because you're not in the medical field, or you don't, like, this isn't your field of work or what you actually care about. You're going based off of what these companies tell you, and you think that you can trust them. And I'm here to tell you that you cannot. You have to get your supplements, your herbs, whatever. You've got to find a place and a company that you can trust. Look at the back of these bottles and see what it is that they say. Look at the ingredients. That's important. That's so important, to look at what's actually inside of these supplements and stuff. What's the dosage? Like, I just had, I had someone ask me the other day, she was like, what brand of chlorophyll do you use? And I told her, of course, it's Nature Sunshine. And she's like, and I just had to explain to her, like, I use this chlorophyll, number one, besides it always being in my family, Nature Sunshine. But number two, if I compare this, like the bottle of chlorophyll that I have, it's like $20, right? It's a big, it's probably, it's fatter than this, right? But it's about this tall. It cost me like $16 to $20, I think. And the extra strength one, is that the one that I have? Yeah, no. So the regular chlorophyll, right? It's about this tall, maybe about this wide. One serving of it holds, this is the regular one, 90 milligrams, 90 mgs of chlorophyll in each serving. You go on Amazon, those only have 50 mgs of chlorophyll in one serving, and it's in like a little dropper bottle like this. You get what I'm saying? And you got to figure out what's the most bang for your buck, but also what's in this chlorophyll. Where is it sourced from? Our body, we've just got to be aware of what we're putting in our body, and we must do the due diligence to make sure that we're not putting some bullshit in our body, because it's very, very, very likely for us to just get caught up and for us to just put bullshit in our body. And I'm going to say this, right? No herbal product contains GLP-1. No herbal product contains GLP-1 or directly mimics it. No herb has GLP-1 in it, nor does it directly mimic it. So again, when these people are selling you these GLP-1 supplements, they're lying to you. They're lying. Now, some herbs may support GLP production indirectly, but no herb is GLP-1 and should be marketed as such. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Get off of TikTok. Get off of TikTok buying everything that they sell you in the TikTok shop. Okay? Instead of turning to a synthetic powder supplement, saying that it is a GLP-1, or even if it mimics it, how about you take an approach that supports your body? How about you take an approach that allows your body to actually restore itself, to actually regulate your hunger, regulate your blood sugar, regulate your cravings? Why not try to do something like that instead of going and trying to find a quick fix? People get so perturbed whenever I start talking about the colon cleanse. They get jarred when I say, yeah, you need to do 90 days. They're, whoa, yeah, 90 days. It's a lot. It's a lot, but that is a full system reset. A full system reset. We're talking about, let me compare the two, right? We are talking about, let's do this, right? We've got a 15-day cleanse, right? It's fast acting, but it's short-lived. Surface level, right? It's not really a deep cleanse. You're going to have some bowel movements, right? You're going to have bowel movements because it's got psyllium, some probiotics, apple cider vinegar powder, ginger, papaya, fennel. This is what's inside of that 15-day colon cleanse, right? That's a mild colon support, mild gut detox, right? Right? It's a mild digestive aid. It's quick relief from bloating and constipation, and it's low cost and low commitment. I understand you going that route because yes, it's a little cheaper and it's faster, but anything that's cheap and fast is not worth your while. I promise you, anything cheap and fast is not worth your while. The 90-day cleanse, and 30 days, you'll definitely feel a difference. But you'll be coming back next season for another one. I think you need to come back every season for a colon cleanse, honestly. But a 90-day cleanse is a gradual, sustained cleanse. It cleanses, it gets deep in the deep tissue. It's a cellular detox. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's really pulling, that hydrated bentonite pulls out all the heavy metals and the toxins from your colon and from your body. The chlorophyll detoxifies your body and neutralizes your gut microbial. That's why you got all that heartburn. That's why your armpits stink. That's why when you burp, it stinks. That's why when you poop, it stinks, because all of that right there is out of whack. When you eat your food, it doesn't stink. So when you eliminate it, it shouldn't stink either. But it's funky. It's funky. You know why? Because it's been sitting in your body, rotting and putrefying. So what do you truly expect? What do you expect, right? This is a full organ and gut restoration. Long term. This is long term. If you have long-term goals, this is something for you. If you're looking to reset your life, right? Restart your life, get yourself really kickstart and back in motion, a 90-day cleanse is what you need, because it's gonna kick all those cravings, right? It's gonna clear out all that brain fog. It's gonna really get you into a system of being consistent with yourself, being disciplined with yourself, being dedicated to yourself. 90 days is a long time, but that builds habit and consistency. And if you can dedicate yourself in 90 days to a colon cleanse, and I don't like selling people short and telling them 30 days. Honestly, it's a little bit easier if we can do I'm going to do another group colon cleanse, right? And we can do it seasonally for 30 days. But I definitely think that if you're starting out and you've never done a colon cleanse before, you need to do it for 90. And I'm willing to get a group of people together to do a 90-day colon cleanse. I'm talking full-blown support. I'll have more info about it on my page, but that's what we need. We need something like that. Yes, it's a higher time commitment, but it's a deeper healing. It's deeper than just some quick anti-bloat mechanism shit you just got off the TikTok shop. You know, that's okay for someone who's new to cleansing, I guess. You get what I'm saying? You want short-term relief because you're bloated. But this cleanse, my Nana's cleanse, it's the gold standard for really resetting the body. You know, the gold standard. And whenever you're doing the cleanse, it's very often that you'll have a flare-up, right? Like, for example, you can look at my neck. The last time I did a cleanse, I had a full-blown eczema outbreak. And my neck was, let me see if you can get closer. My neck was tore up. As you can see, right, it used to be super textured. As you can see, there's only like some dark spots, right? And like you can, depending on how the light hits it, sometimes you can't even see it. But that came from me cleansing because it's pulling all the toxins out of the walls of my colon. It's pulling all the toxins out of my body, and the toxins are going into my bloodstream. So yes, I'm going to have a reaction. My body's going to have a reaction to all of these new toxins that have just kind of been laying in the walls of my body, that have been laying in the walls of my colon, just again rotting. It has to get out some way, so it has to go through my bloodstream. And yes, it caused for me to get some inflammation and for my eczema to flare up. But hell, I'm on the other side of it. Look at me. Look at me. On the other side of that colon cleanse. Looking cute. Looking good. Huh? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. So, regardless, all I'm saying is that you don't need a 15-day cleanse capsules that they're selling you on TikTok shop. If you actually want to do any type of cleansing, you 1,000% need to be fully committed to something like that, because I don't look at colon cleansing as a quick fix. I don't look at colon cleansing as a fad. Colon cleansing and you cleansing your colon is going to be the thing that jumpstarts the rest of your life. Do you hear me? It's going to jumpstart the rest of your life. It is. It is. There's no doubt about it, because cleansing your body of all of the toxins that have been in your body for all these years. And, you know, I say a lot of this, right? I say a lot of this because I know and I've heard my Nana speak for so many years, but my target audience isn't even who her target audience was. You know, she was older. God rest her soul. She got into holistic health when she was in her 30s. I'm 25. I'm going after the younger generation. I'm going after the young bloods, because there's no reason as to why we're so sick. There's no reason as to why we're so caught up in all of these medical fads, these health fads, everything we're literally so wrapped up in all of the BS that we weren't supposed to be wrapped up in. Like vapes, that should have never been us. We were terrified of cigarettes. We didn't want to be talking like this. Okay? But now everybody's hooked on a vape. My goal, I'm getting all the brodies off the vape. I need y'all off ASAP. No Rocky. Do you hear me? I need you off the vape. It's no good. Let me wrap this up, because I can definitely drag it on a lot. In conclusion, like I said, please, people, stop going for these short-term reliefs and fad products. It's not helpful. My Nana's cleanse is the gold standard. The gold standard for resetting the body. Stop getting tricked by these fad products. I would rather you not take anything at all than take the GLP-1 supplement powder like it's a goddamn protein shake. Okay, babe? Let it go. You don't need that. I love you, okay? You're beautiful. You're gorgeous. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself and your mind, and I promise you it will all work out. It'll all work out. But nothing's going to work out if you keep going, and nothing's going to work out if you keep grabbing and shooting for little things, small things to It's never going to work if you are constantly getting sick or having an issue and grabbing the quick fix. It's not going to help you. You've got to get to the root cause and start within, with your health, with your mindset about money, your mindset about relationships, everything. All of this is tied together. Your body, all of it is intertwined. You hear me? All of it's intertwined. But yeah, thank you for joining me today on this beautiful, wonderful episode of Make the Herbal Connection. My name is Beverly, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. When you learn better, you do better. Bye.